So I only put things in this course that I do myself, right? And that I truly believe in. There's a lot of other things that I could add into this course that might help you, but I think they'll help you marginally at best. And so I don't put them in there because my whole goal with this course is to give you the best tools and the best insights and strategies so that you can make money reselling the fastest, right? I could, for example, tell you to go off and list all your items on somewhere like Tradesy or somewhere like Vinted, right? Or something, or like Depop, right? And spend all your time there, right? And you might make a couple sales, but the truth is it's going to waste a lot more of your time and there's not going to be that much return on your investment time-wise, right? That's why I literally only suggest Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Amazon as selling platforms currently, or in the other version of this course, obviously, because in my opinion, they were the only ones that were worth it, okay? But until now I've recently noticed, and someone actually asked me this question in a Q&A recently on, I think it was OAP 5.0, so version 5. And they were like, what do I think about Facebook shops? So we'll actually tackle that here in a second. And I was like, to be honest, like I don't waste my time listing on Facebook Marketplace, and I don't waste my time listing on Facebook shops because honestly, I don't know if they're going to be worth it to me to actually list all my products there. So what I do is I let other people test them out first, and I see the feedback. I see the results that they get, and then I decide if it's worth it for me, okay? So first and foremost, in my opinion, Facebook Shops is not worth it, okay? That's what I wanted to cover right here really briefly. Facebook Shops is not worth it, and the reason being is if you notice the difference between Facebook Shops and Facebook Marketplace is worth it, so we're going to cover that here in a second. Facebook Shops is not worth it because this is an old page that I used to actually have. It's Lively Listings, which is the brand that I actually used to kind of post from. And so if you start selling with your Facebook page, then you're going to have a Facebook shop, excuse me. So Facebook Shops is something that integrates on your Facebook page. And so you don't want to waste your time listing to a Facebook shop and posting to a Facebook shop unless you have a massive brand, for example, like Old Navy, or American Eagle, or anything like these, right? A big brand that you have a lot of followers already on your Facebook page and you already have a brand, then maybe you want to list from Facebook shops, right? But obviously 99.9% of you, probably 100% of you are not going to be in that boat. So do not list from Facebook shops. Facebook shop is a different thing than Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Shop is literally directly from your Facebook page and will only be posted specifically, getting promoted essentially to the people that follow your page. So if that's not you, don't do that. And I'm saying that's probably the majority of you, if not all of you, okay? Instead, what I've noticed is, and I didn't do this for a long time because, like I said, I see the best results posting, obviously selling things like books, selling things like liquidation, selling things like retail website things and bulk site things, as well as wholesale on Amazon, right? And a number of other things. And books, if I don't know if I said that right. So I see the majority of my success doing that on Amazon. And I see the majority of my success listing liquidation, coupon, and cashback on sites like Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari, right? But I never actually put my time and effort into Facebook Marketplace because it didn't seem like it was worth it to me. So what I did is I kind of watched and waited, and I saw what other people were doing and if it was worth it to them. And it seems like Facebook Marketplace is kind of growing and it's actually a viable option now. Now, am I saying you're going to list all your stuff on Facebook Marketplace and it's all going to sell better than eBay, Poshmark, Mercari? No. Is there an opportunity? Yes, there is an opportunity. Some people have great success with it. Some people have mild success with it. And obviously, I think it's worth it. So I wanted to bring it to you. Now, if it's worth it, I'm going to be testing this out myself. I haven't actually listed a lot of items personally yet on Facebook Marketplace, but I do network with a lot of other people that are in the industry that are also resellers. And they basically say that it is worth it and they're seeing a lot of success. And I've seen the results from them. And so I'm literally telling you to do this now as well. I'm going to be doing this. And if it seems like it's, better than Poshmark or better than Mercari or better than eBay, obviously, and it starts to kind of scale my business and get me more sales from this place, then I'll create an entire section and I'll move this lecture into an entire section for just Facebook Marketplace. But for the current time period, we're just going to put this in the general reselling tips module because obviously I don't think that you should focus the majority of your attention on Facebook Marketplace. It's just another place where you can post your items to get sales. And I think it's worth it. Okay. There's also a lecture in here where the top 20 marketplaces that I recommend that you resell on, and I kind of tier them off. And Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Amazon are tier 1, and Facebook Marketplace is in tier 2. I'm moving Facebook Marketplace into tier 1 from tier 2. Okay, so now there's 5 in tier 1: Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Amazon, and Facebook Marketplace. Okay. So I'm going to show you briefly how to list from Facebook Marketplace here. So I'm going to create a new listing, and we're going to take this listing right here for my Poshmark closet, and we're going to list it on Facebook Marketplace just to kind of show you, okay? Now, this is just a demonstration to show you how to specifically list on Facebook Marketplace. If you have a software that posts multi-channel, like List Perfectly, for example, which is the one that I recommend, then you'll notice that if you just post on List Perfectly, it's already posting to Mercari for you, it's already posting to Poshmark for you, and it's already posting to eBay for you, right? And it can also post to Facebook Marketplace, okay? So if you have List Perfectly, when you go to post an item, then you can either post it to all of these places and just also choose Facebook Marketplace, which is literally like another second of your time to post to another, site like Facebook Marketplace that's going to get you more potential sales. So you might as well do it anyway, right? And you should also be posting your items to other places as well, because why not? But the whole key here is, if you do this and if you choose Facebook Marketplace, it's not going to actually put your tags in. So you do want to come back and put your tags in. Obviously, I'm going to show you that here in a second, all right? So I'm going to choose my listing types, and I'm going to go item for sale. And I'm literally just going to take all the different stuff from this listing and post it into Facebook Marketplace, okay? So right here, I'm going to copy the title. I don't know why I can't copy. There we go, copy the title, and I'm going to save these two as the title just to get the SEO, like I've covered many other times in many other videos, right? And so we're going to add the photos. Boom, boom. And we're going to add the title, and then we're going to grab the description. And for those of you that have asked, like this designation at the bottom is the bin that I keep it in. That's my inventory system, which is another video in this actual section here, okay? So if you're scaling up and you need to keep track of your inventory better, I suggest you watch that video. It's really gonna help you, okay? Now, how many items? I'm just going to list this as one because it's just a test run. I'm actually going to have somebody else list all my items to Facebook Marketplace for me. If you have List Perfectly running, then you can literally just elect to have your List Perfectly and go into List Perfectly and then just say, hey, copy all these listings to Facebook Marketplace. So it's a super easy way to get them all on a different marketplace as they introduce them to you or as you elect to go this route, okay? So I'm just going to say available quantity 1. We're going to paste the description in here. Oops, I thought I copied that. Maybe not. Paste the description in there. We're going to say price was $58. We're going to go round it up to 60. I always like to keep them high and then slowly drop the price. And like I said, I don't have that much experience on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to give you all the insight that I have currently on it. But as I start selling more and more on this, I will have more insight and I will add more insight to this section. And obviously, potentially in the future, I will turn Facebook Marketplace into its own section, okay? So let's categorize this now. Clothing, shoes, and accessories. It is men's clothing. Or actually, no, sorry, this is women's clothing. Women's clothing. Jackets and hoodies maybe, or sweatshirts and hoodies. There we go. Condition is new. Brand is, we're going to say NBA. Oops. Size is, guess there's multiple sizes here. We're going to list the 1X. And the only thing that I've noticed, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're watching this by either messaging me on Facebook or dropping it in the Facebook group or emailing me, obviously. And to my knowledge, you can't list multiple sizes on Facebook Marketplace. So it's a lot like Mercari. You have to go in and post doubles, okay? And I've also noticed that when you do post a double, for example, if I want to list this as like an XL, but then I come back to post the 3X, which I also have, it's going to sometimes flag you as a duplicate listing. So that is something that I've noticed and might be a potential issue. But obviously, you could just use Facebook Marketplace like you would Mercari to sell other listings. And I personally use Poshmark to store all my inventory data, right? So for example, if I have one listing on Mercari, what I do is I come back to that listing on Poshmark and I see how much inventory I have of that, right? I can literally look and say, okay, I have 1X or I have 3 1Xs left and I have 9 3Xs, right? So if I just sold one on Mercari, I'll take this down to 8 and I'll save it, right? Or I'll take this down to 2 and I'll save it if I sold a 1x, right? And so that's how I keep track of my inventory. I use Poshmark's inventory to track it because obviously they let you add multiple sizes and multiple quantities and multiple sizes. So it's easy to kind of do it from that aspect. Facebook Marketplace does not, and Mercari obviously does not as well. Now, these are two things that are probably going to be most important to you. The rest of this is common sense, right? Just list it like you would any other place, categorize it correctly. And then the product tags are important, right? You want to have great product tags. This is literally, in my opinion, and what I've heard from other people, is going to be the number one thing that gets you visibility on Facebook Marketplace, right? Because it's not that big of a marketplace yet, tags are not that irrelevant like they would be on somewhere else, right? Like for YouTube, for example. I know that's a completely different business model, but like now on YouTube, for example, like tags are irrelevant because there's so many videos and so many tags that like YouTube doesn't even really rank tags anymore. Currently, Facebook Marketplace, the product tags are crucial because there's not that many sellers, not that many listings relative to the amount of people on the platform looking for stuff. And so tags are still very, very important. Obviously, the SEO in your listing pictures is important. The title is vastly important. What you categorize it is important. The description is important, all for SEO, but do not sleep on the tags. Put great tags in there. So I'm going to say like New Orleans Jazz. I'm going to say NBA sweatshirt. And obviously I would take some time and do this, really well. So maybe take like, 2-3 minutes and actually put some good ones in there. But for the sake of not wasting your time, I'm just going to kind of put some in here right now. So NBA sweatshirt, we're going to go like NBA fan gear, Jazz sweatshirt. Let's go vintage sweatshirt. We'll do one more just to save. I don't want to waste your time. We'll go retro sweatshirt. Okay. And obviously those are bad. Those aren't the best examples of tags, but you get the picture. Now, another thing here is a lot of people will say like, I want to post on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't want all my friends to see it. Okay. This is a common objection that I usually hear. And so what you can do is you can literally hit this hide from friends button. Just make sure to click this. And then when you post it, it will not post to all your friends' feeds. It won't post to any of them at all. Right. Then it will just be available and viewable in Facebook Marketplace for other people. Okay. So this is crucial, obviously. If you don't want your friends to see it when you actually go and list this, then just hit hide from friends and none of your friends will see it, okay? Now, hit next, obviously, once you're done. You're going to put your location in. If you haven't signed up, for the shipping yet and how to actually go ahead and pay for it, you can sign up for the shipping here. There should be an option to like activate shipping and then put your information in there. I'm obviously going to go just shipping. I don't want any local pickup. I'm going to use a prepaid shipping label. If you want to go use your own shipping label, that's totally fine. Then you can use something like Pirate Ship to get your own shipping label and shipping rates. I use prepaid on pretty much everything. Obviously, estimate your package weight. I'm going to say this is 5.5 to 1 pounds. And turn on free shipping for this listing. So you can do that if you want to give free shipping to your buyers. You don't have to do that. I've been playing around with both of these, obviously, so we'll see which one I recommend in the future. Right now, I don't have enough feedback and data to give it one way or the other. But even so, like on for example, like Mercari and on eBay, like I recommend going free shipping, but that's just what works for me, right? Some other people have more success charging shipping because they have higher profit margins, and some people tend to not really kind of mind, right? So it really, what I'm going to say is like test this out, test both of them and see which tends to work better for you. Then we're going to go next and we're simply going to list it to the marketplace. Now, if you're in other groups, you can also list it to other groups. I'm not going to do that. We're going to publish it and bam, then it's going to go live. All right. And then you'll see that I literally only have 2 listings. I don't really use this that much, but this is something that I'm going to start listing to a lot more. And obviously they're going to review it to make sure you're not listing anything that's against their terms of service. So it's really, if you're listing like physical products like you would on eBay or Poshmark or Mercari, you're going to be fine, right? But the only things that I would say keep in mind are like if you're listing like something where you're not actually selling something, like for example, you'll see a lot of car listings where it's like listing a car for like $5, but then like the description is like, contact me for the actual like that's against terms of service, obviously, as well as digital products. So you can't sell digital products either. It has to be physical. So this will be accepted. And then I'll have 2 listings. And then I'm going to actually just go into my list perfectly. And I'm going to morph all my listings over to Facebook Marketplace because it's going to save me time. Okay. But I just wanted to kind of bring this to your attention because I've seen that with other people that I talk to, it has provided good results. They are making good money and they are selling. So I'm moving Facebook Marketplace up into tier 1. And I'm telling you to start testing and start listing here as well.